back to my channel. In today's video, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my favorite YouTube channels that I go to watch documentaries. I know not a lot of people have Netflix, so that's why I wanted to do a YouTube recommendation. And if you're new to my channel, make sure don't forget to subscribe. Also hit the little bell so you'll be notified, and follow me on Instagram as well as TikTok. Without further ado, let's get into the video. This would not be a YouTube recommendation if I don't recommend the king of YouTube himself, Shane Dawson. Now, Shane Dawson, if you're watching this, hi, which I mean 99.9% you're not watching this, but if you are, hi Shane, I love you, you are so amazing, keep up the good work. Yeah, Shane Dawson does a lot of conspiracy theories. Definitely love his channel. I mean, I don't even have to go on and on about Shane Dawson, you guys probably already know. So Shane Dawson is on the list. It would be very disrespectful for me not to include him in this YouTube recommendation. So Shane Dawson. On the list, on number 2 is Good Full. Now this channel right here, they do a lot of recreating dishes that are not vegan, but they make it vegan. They do Merle, which is one of the girl there who creates a lot of dishes that is not vegan, but she is vegan, so she recreate these dishes, and it is vegan, by the way, but it actually looks like actual meat. Like she recreated an actual egg using tomatoes. And into like vegan cooking or just interested in what is vegan cooking, Full is a really good channel. You should definitely check that out. Your girl is a foodie, so she definitely have to throw in some food channels in the mix. The next on the list, moving on to number 3, is the Best Food Review Show. Like literally, that's the name of it. That's the name of the channel, the Best Food Review Channel. Show. No, the best food review show channel. Yeah. So this guy, he goes all over the world, to India, to Vietnam, to different parts of Vietnam, to Africa, all over you can think of, and eat the most bizarre taboo foods. You know, it had a show on Discovery called Taboo Foods. This is something like Taboo Foods, but more modern and more updated, but it's just like Taboo Foods. Like if you're into by the way, I must remind you, if you are not into, if you don't have if you have a very sensitive stomach, then you would not want to watch the Best Review Show. I mean, you can check out 1 or 2 episodes, but it gets really intense, so just remember that. But if you're into like taboo foods like me and like love watching weird, you will definitely like it. I mean, these are what people eat for survival. It's traditional to eat a certain type of way. You'll see different tribes that he interacts with. I know some people might find it like very hard to stomach, and some people might find it very gross. So yeah, but the Best Food Review Show, if you're into like those kind of stuff, you'll definitely love that channel. Moving on into more darker waves, we have this channel called Ask the Mortician. Now I know you're thinking, what are you doing watching Ask a Mortician? I know, I understand, I feel the same way. I ask myself that all the time, like, why am I watching this? Why am I so fascinated by death? Now that's a real deep question there. But Ask the Mortician is a mortician. What else would it be? It's a mortician who is based in LA. She's the director of her funeral home. She owns a funeral home, and she does like really interesting videos about death. How is the body embalmed, the process the body go through. I give you a lot of good points and tips about death, that not to be scared about the dead, why fear the dead when you have to fear the living. Mortician is really good if you're into like and the history of like famous people who die and how they die. Ask the Mortician is a really good channel, and she also educates you on coronavirus. How she has a particular video that she did about the bodies of coronavirus victims, that the bodies is not contagious as the entire world portray it to be, but that is her words, that is not mine. Again, that is Ask the Mortician words, not mine. So yeah. But the body fluids is very dangerous to the embalmer, to the mortician, and all of that. So her channel is really amazing. It's amazing is not a good word. Her channel is very interesting, and you definitely want to learn more about the afterlife. You also want to learn more about the different incinerators. Like, that is just me. Am I like weird? But yeah, Ask the Mortician, really good if you are into that kind of documentaries. Yeah. 5 on the list is Vice News, and I mean, who by now don't know about Vice News? Like, Vice News is like, I think they did a whole one episode on Trinidad when the Venezuelans was coming in through Cedros and Icacas. They did a whole series on Vice News talking about that, and also on BBC News. So yeah, so Vice News reports all kind of news like crime, trafficking, money laundering, anything criminal related, gang related. Vice News catches it all. Vice News is more real life situations that is happening. Obviously, you guys probably already know about Vice News, but Vice News is a really good channel as well. The 6th on the list is Soft White Underbelly. Now listen, you guys probably think I watch a lot of dark-ish, and honestly I do. I don't have a reason to say I don't. I do. But Soft White Underbelly showcases prostitutes, ex-gang members, pedophiles, serial killers, murderers, rapists, gang members, and the list goes on. They have a whole bunch of people that come onto his channel, and they talk about their life, how they end up on the street. Majority of these people are homeless. Actually, all of these interviews that he did is with homeless prostitutes, homeless transgenders, prostitutes, homeless, pedophiles, serial killers. So these are people who they sit down and they talk about their life from birth to adulthood. Some of them are just teens. Like, I had one that I watched with this girl who is just 16, and honestly she looked like 50. I kid you not. So they talk about their experiences with abuse, physically, mentally, sexually, from small go all the way up to how they end up homeless, how they end up with addiction, how they end up with addiction problems. So Soft White Underbelly should do these interviews to show the world the cases of, you know, homelessness. Like, how many people are homeless, how many kids are homeless, I'm homeless, their family life, how it is so messed up. So the purpose with his interviews is to shed light on these topics. So guys, quick pause, I was editing this video and I wanted to say, if you have any family members who is going through any struggles, whether that be addiction, mental abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, who's homeless, or whatever the case may be, I will definitely try to get some shelters here in Trinidad and Tobago and link them down in the description box down below for those of you who need help. I'll definitely check out a few places and put it down in the description box below, so if you know someone, you can definitely share this video with them or share the links and, you know, help a brother and sister out. So yeah, just wanted to say that. So definitely check the description box down below for more information. Now back to the video. Even in Trinidad, there is not a lot of shelters for rape victims, as well as a mental institute to help children who suffer a lot of trauma from birth or growing up as a childhood. There's not a lot of institution put in place to help these mentally ill people, and we'll watch them like, okay, that girl is crazy or that dude is crazy, but honestly it's situations that they went through in their life that make them the way they are. So this guy, his whole purpose of his channel is to shed light and to help these individuals in any way possible. And again, not all the individuals on his channel want to be helped. Some people just reach their breaking point and just be like, F that, what is there to life anyways, and just give up. And some people die, and they die really tragic. But to be very strong to look at some of the interviews, and even if you have trauma or past trauma in your life, I would suggest that if you're not ready, don't watch these videos, because it can be triggering to some or to most people. But it really shows you how you might see a homeless person and think that, okay, you're on drugs, like why don't you get your act together and stop doing drugs and like clean up yourself. But it's not that simple. Like, you will hear these people's stories, these teenagers' stories, and it'll make you think. When you see a homeless person or someone on the street, you would think back and be like, okay, so maybe I should be less judgmental towards this individual, because I don't know their history, I don't know nothing about how they end up here, and maybe I should be a little more given to this homeless person. So I know I went on a tangent on that, but Soft White Underbelly is a really like a big eye-opener to anyone that watches those interviews. Like, so the next channel is Unreported Will, and this Unreported Will channel is basically how children are used to pay voodoo debts, how these parents marry off their young girls, different like traditional like taboo rituals and stuff. So it's a lot of different documentaries, but again, there's the same aspect of just highlighting different cultures, like some real shady stuff, that exchanging your child to pay your voodoo debts. I mean, that is trust me, watch the documentary, you'll understand. Next, this last channel is called Free Documentary, and it's basically a bunch, thousands, not thousands, but hundreds of documentaries about extreme job, deadliest roads in the world that people actually drive on and go to work, walk to go to school, deadliest ways to go to school, like these bridges over these huge rivers, and these kids are like 3, 4, 5 years walking on these wobbly bridges. There's also crime stories about the world's most crowded prison, the world's most deadliest prison. So Free Documentary is a whole bunch of documentaries in one, so you guys should definitely check out that channel as well. And guys, that was it for the last YouTube recommendation documentary channels. Comment down below some that you may like that I haven't checked out as yet. I'll definitely love to check out some new documentaries. And also, want to see a local addition to this video, like a bunch of local YouTubers that I watch and that I would recommend, definitely leave a like on this video or comment down below, and I'll be happy to do that and show my local YouTubers some love. Anyways guys, hope you guys are doing safe, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.